skilled migrant visa application here in New Zealand. That is what I am going to be talking about today. I would cover the cost of getting into the pool, that is expression of interest pool, and also I will be equipping you with the strategies on what you need to do in order to enhance your point. And finally, I would walk you through the New Zealand immigration website for you to do your point calculator, and if you are near the point that they are cutting off from at the moment, so that you would give it a trial. You are welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are seeing my face for the very first time, I am simply called Julia Chinelo, your one and only out and about lady here in New Zealand, always bringing you situational report without exaggerations. So if you're stopping by for the first time and New Zealand sounds like it for you, please give me thumb up, share, subscribe, and to you, my dear returning subscribers, you know you guys rock. So to get you started, the cost of this application for you to express your interest is 530 New Zealand dollars currently. And for you to actually lodge that expression, I would encourage you to hop onto New Zealand immigration website so that you calculate the point to know if you are near what is required. The last one that they did around November, I think the cutoff was 160 points, but from 18th January 2023, that is by next year, it will be going up to 180 points. So guys, let's go to the website and do the point calculation so that you will know the tips and the things you need to enhance so you would be ready for the next draw. Okay guys, we are now onto the New Zealand immigration website to calculate our points. I will show you how I calculated mine and share the tips on how you can improve your points and see if you could lodge your application. So this is point indicator for skilled migrant expression of interest, and the first criteria here is age, and the very first tip I'm giving you today is that the younger person in a group application, that is if you are married, the wife or the husband, the person that is younger should be the principal applicant so that you will get the maximum points of age. As you can see, there are different age ranges here with different points. I know most of my subscribers fall in between 20 to 39 years, so I picked this one that will give us 30 points. And the next criteria here is skilled employment. I will tell you that this is like the, let's say, most important here because you score the most points here. If you said I am already working in skilled employment in New Zealand, that if you're already here in New Zealand and working in any of areas that the highly sought after skills, so this will give you a whooping 50 points, and that will be like a half or above 1/3 of the total score you need to get up to the required 180 points. So I will take that off because I know most of you are still overseas. And another one under here is I have been offered skilled employment here in New Zealand. If I put that, you see where it takes a point to again. So it's important that you try to see if you can score something in this area. So the next one today is qualifications. If you've been following me, I have said a lot about NZQA. You should try and get your overseas qualification assessed to ascertain the New Zealand equivalent. There are different levels, level 3 to level 10. So when I did mine, I fallen between level 7 or level 8. I got 50 points for it. So the tips I'm giving you here ensure the principal applicants get this assessment done, and if you are married, your spouse should also get theirs done. When we get to the spouse session or the partner session, you would see you will be getting some points off it. And before I forget, I need to mention that there are exemptions, list of qualifications that are exempted for this assessment for some countries. So I would just try to open it. I know the only African country there is South Africa. So before you do this assessment, try to see or have a second look to see if your country is have this exemption. Yeah, South Africa is the only country that have got an exemption, and the exemption is not for all the courses from that country. The course must fall into any of these appendix. It must be in long-term skill shortage list here, and something like that. And you must study in any of this country for you to get that exemption. Otherwise, you have to do your assessment. So the next criteria that we'll be looking at today is, so work experience here matters, the length of your work experience, if it will count. When I did mine, I had about 6 years, and that gave me 30 points. And the next thing here is for your partner's own assessment. So we need to do a couple of more stuff before we get to the partner one. So it says I have at least 1 year New Zealand work experience. Most of my subscribers won't meet up to this because they are still offshore. I have work experience in an area of absolute skill shortage. So if you have an experience in area of absolute skill shortage that you will be bringing to the table, I think when I did mine, it was under the session. You get 10 points. I have the other one. I'm trying to see if it fall on the other one, how many points you are likely to get there. Yeah, more additional 5 points if you fall above 5 years. So there's nothing much happening here there. So we use the list. So the next session here is my partner speaks English at the same level that I am required to. So the tip I will give you here is, if you are struggling with IS, OET, forget those. There's another one called PTE. That is like as easy as, let me not say as easy as ABCD, but it's quite easy compared to the other two I mentioned. If you have the exam center in your area, just do your PTE and forget about IS and OET. PTE is accepted. So guys, that brings us to 120 points, and my partner is working in skilled employment or has been offered skilled employment in New Zealand. I know most of you are still overseas, so we will not grab anything from that point. And the last one for your partner is, my partner has a recognized qualification. I have said this earlier on, ensure both the principal applicant and the dependent do the NZQA assessment so that you grab a point off here. So we'll just go for the list again. That is 130 points out of 180 points needed. So that's about 50 more. So based on the tips I've given so far, if you have a job offer, that will be 50. So you know which one is feasible for you. So try and work around it so that you can get your points up and get your application lodged in. So I wish you guys all the best. Now you know what EOI point calculation is all about. I would be in the comment section, just like I have always done, ready to interact with you guys so that we will get this going and get everyone happy in their country of interest. See you guys in my subsequent video.